Hi, and welcome to Goddess 1207. That's me. And as you can see, it's all me right now. And I thought that we might try a Get Ready With Me and Best of 2015. So far, all I've done is wash my face with the beautiful Indie Lee Brightening Cleanser. I love the stuff. It's a gel-like thing. Ooh, time for Botox, don't you think? One of the best things that happened to me in 2015 is I understood the power of yoga. Yes, I was going because I had low back pain and I thought it would help, and so I made a commitment to do it. And it took me a whole year before I figured out, well, maybe there was more to this than just stretching. I'm going to put on some moisturizer now and some SPF. This is the Elta MD. I always put a little on my hand, and then this is a new ingredient thingamabob. It's Skin Daily Moisturizer, and I put it on my hand and I sort of mix it together. The Skin Daily has a lot of hyaluronic acid in it, I guess, because it's really kind of thick. Anyway, so I'm doing this yoga on the floor, and of course I'm in the special needs section of the class because I can't do anything. I attempted, but you know, my down dog is, let's just say, it's staying down. It's staying down. But I have improved over the year, I must admit, and it all of a sudden occurred to me that it's not what you're doing on the mat. They kept telling us it's not what the mat, it's something later. It's a whole way to think about the world and to relax in it, to relax in the pose and to breathe. I can't go to bed now without, here's a little eye cream as a gift from Joye Smith. I can't go to bed now at night without having at least 1 or 2 or 3 seriously deep breaths. And I've really learned to appreciate the relaxing and letting go, the balance between holding on and letting go. It's been interesting for me. And that was a Clinique eye. Just can't live without my sunscreen. So anyway, yoga was very important to me this year. This is a Givenchy waterproof eyeshadow. I like to put it on as a base because then it sort of covers up all those little red lines and things that we get as we get more mature. Eyeshadow, this beautiful, beautiful palette from Kevin Aqua was a gift from her name here, from Pam Bach. Such a sweet thing to send me this gorgeous limited edition thingy. And so we're going to play with it this morning, and we need a brush. Let's find a brush. Okay, this is way number 3, and I think we're going to do this little color. Alright, so another wonderful thing that happened to me in 2015, a best, is I've learned a little bit about the positives of adversity. You know, we all have adversity, and it's what can you learn and gain from the adversity. A MAC brush, pink. For example, my mother's been driving me crazy. She's just turned 90, almost 91, and she is just not the person that she used to be. And I've had to, you know, figure that out. And every time she would call with the problem, here's white. Every time she would call the problem, I would try to solve it for her, just to get over there and find out that she has sort of taken things into her own hands, and although she didn't use appropriate problem solving, she did solve her problem. This is my favorite. Oh, there is the phone. I am so popular. This is Wayne Goss number 16, my absolute favorite brush of all the Wayne brushes. Anyway, as Mother has gotten older, she is not the person that she used to be. Maybe we need a little bit more of this brown color right there. And so I'm trying to learn, what is it that she is teaching me? What value can I find? Every time I go over to see her, I'd have this little mantra I'd say to myself. She's not thinking rationally all of the time. You cannot solve her problems. She's living the life that she chooses to live. And then it occurred to me that all I really can be for her now is comfort. I don't need to analyze and discipline her or try to manage her behavior, because that cannot be done. So it's helped me relax so much. Another thing that yoga has taught me. So what is it that I'm learning from my mother during this adversity? And that is, she is teaching me how I want to live my life as I mature. Yes, as I mature, how do I want to see my life? How do I want to be? And I'll tell you, I want to be positive and happy and peppy as much as possible, and living a life, enjoying life. I mean, that, what else is it good for? I'm really not very good at putting color under my eyes, but I'm going to try a little bit, and I think I'll use this little lighter thing here, and this is some sort of Joye brush, and I just don't know how to do it. I don't do it too well. Maybe you'll leave me a comment of what I'm supposed to do. Anyway, as you can see, this is a very, very natural look. Sort of the, is it even there? Look, one thing about this palette, it does kick up a lot of stuff, but I like it. In fact, I think it's beautiful. Here's a Marc Jacobs little pen thing. I use that on the inside. The Persian Diva 77 taught me how to do this. It's so subtle. But here's my favorite new toy. It's this Dior liner. I've never had a liner before because I always thought they were going to be shiny and crinkly and too thick. But this one is in brown. Whoops, I forgot. It is a clicky up in brown, and I'm just learning to play with it, and I just adore it. Yeah, you can see I'm really just now learning to play with it. So adversity has taught me how to examine my life. So my daughter, on the other hand, is teaching me how to be patient. Patient. We're still working on that. She's going to be 35 next month. This is another new toy, as inspired by Glitzy Fritzy. It's a primer for your lashes. You know, a lot of people make these. I used to use one by Origins. It was called Underwear for Lashes, and I liked it a lot. For some reason, I just sort of stopped. But I'm digging this Dior one, and I must say I'm not really putting it on the bottom lashes, because, you know, all three of them, it would be too exciting if I did it. Okay, this is Benefit They're Real. I love this stuff. So in adversity, you could certainly find, I'm trying to find something positive to take from it. I personally think if you can't laugh at every situation you encounter, then you're wasting energy. That's why I have a good chuckle every morning when I look in the mirror. The jury is out whether I should put mascara on the bottom lashes, but this is a little Well People one that I have, and it's a little teeny brush, and I can get fairly close and not make too much of a mess. And finally, I love this Anastasia pencil thingy. I don't actually say I love it, but it seems to help. This eyebrows are something I ignored for about 55 years of my life, because they were there and they seemed to be in a decent shape. It's just recently I've learned to appreciate the fact that they can enhance a little bit. And then I am addicted to this Bobbi Brown thing for eyebrows that just will sort of hold them in place. Okay, so there you have it. Pretty natural, for pretty natural. Okay, so let's move on to our main canvas here. And I have just gotten so addicted to this Bobbi Brown Serum Eye Corrector. It looks so pink, it scares me. And it looks so pink on, or at least at the beginning, but it just disappears. And so we pat, 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 because, you know, if you tug it, it will go and it will stay. Another great thing in 2015 was my awareness of weakness. Yes, I have some weaknesses. If you looked into this drawer of foundations, you would know that I have a weakness for foundations. But bigger than that, my weakness is, of course, I spend too much money I really do spend too much money. It's ridiculous. Always telling myself, okay, if I just don't spend any money this month, then next month I'll be able to buy this or save for that. So I finally decided to do something a little more proactive. And I started a behavior improvement plan because I need to improve my behavior. And so I take this piece of paper and I write down all the days of the month and I give myself checks or X's for when I spend money. And you see, somehow just looking at it makes me think about it. Now, you know, we all begin with awareness. And so that is the first step. So I'm really trying. This is the NIOD photography fluid opacity. It's just like a highlighter thing. It comes in this drippy bottle, and boy, is it a mess. But the jury is out on this one. I'm still playing with it. So I just put a little on my hand, and then I put it wherever I think I need to have some photographic something. And I put it on there. I have a lot of redness from capillaries and things, and so I don't know, can you see any difference? Anyway, NIOD is a Canadian product. I saw it on Snapchat, I believe. By the way, if you're not on Snapchat, you really need to get on it because it is just so much fun. Okay. So I'm too lazy to get up and go in the other room, but I use Little Misty on a sponge, and my foundation today is NARS. I do like this stuff, and it is the liquid one in the clear glass bottle, and it does not take a whole lot to do a whole face. Anyway, so I'm trying to be good and stop spending money. In fact, one of my axioms or tenets for the year is to use everything before I buy anything new. Ha ha ha! But you know, we have to have things to which we aspire. So we're just going to use a little of, and you see how little I used? That was it. I always have to make sure we kind of cover everything. You know, this light really makes me look like I have big, look at those bags. Look at that. And Hourglass Ambience, look, this is my biggest pan. Whoop-de-doo! And I'm using a Wayne Gosh, and he says you're supposed to roll it on. Women of mature age. God, don't give me mature attitude. I could die. Okay, so that is the fourth item that was really great about 2015 was I witnessed the wonder of a miracle. I have a special needs daughter, and she has fallen in love. Now, she's been in love before, but basically what she wanted, this is a Kier Weiss natural blush. What she really wanted was just a pair of lips. You know, maybe if he had legs, that would be good, but really what she was really interested in was a pair of lips. And so she's had her share of lips. And, but this time, I keep telling her, this guy is a keeper because he actually loves her back. They talk on the phone all the time. And first thing in the morning, she gets up and she has to call him. And then before she goes to bed, she has to call him. And then she has to call him after she has breakfast. And then she has to call him after she watches a movie. And he calls her. In fact, I got her a little iPhone. And she's really doing pretty well swiping with it. And every time I look at it, all of the voice messages are full. She doesn't know how to listen to a voice message. And I don't know how frustrated he's getting if he calls and he can't get through to leave her something. And she calls him my sweetie. Oh, my sweetie, I'm so happy. He makes me so happy. So it's so wonderful. And it's really interesting when you are the parent of a special needs child or the aunt or the next door neighbor or, you know, somebody that you care about, because you go through so many phases of understanding, you know, first starting with grieving the loss of that perfect child that you thought you were going to have. And that takes a long time, by the way, a long, long time. And then you have to understand that there are things in life that you're never going to be. I'm never going to be a grandmother, or yeah, and I'm never going to be the mother of the bride, and college graduation, is not there for me. So you have to understand, and the good thing that comes from that, of course, is that you begin to appreciate and understand every little milestone piece of progress. The word success takes a completely new meaning for you. She has taught me so many things in life, and really helped me in my job as a school principal, because I could really understand what the parents were thinking and where they were on the line of acceptance to the situation that they were given. And sometimes I'm still on that line of still trying to accept what I have. So the beauty of this is a Becca souffle. The beauty of that is that I never thought that I would be able to watch my daughter enjoy a relationship and to feel loved by someone besides me. So it's just a miracle. And now I'm even starting to think maybe I could be the mother of the bride. That would be so awesome. But we can't talk about that. We can't go there. We can't go there right now. Okay, so that is a little bit of blush. So 2015 really helped me see a miracle. I don't want it, but I always have to do this. I just sort of have to press it all in, because I just don't. I want to feel like I can hug somebody and I'm not going to get pink crap all over my shirt. Anyway, sometimes I will put on some more of the whatever you call this stuff, ambient lighting. I like it. Don't you think it adds something, don't you think? I think so. If only it would, pull back. Wonder why people always get their picture taken with like this. It's because they're pulling all their skin back. Looks so casual, right? And finally, for my lips today, I'm going to use my P2 color. It's Via Medici. This is a gift from my European friend, Uta Ata Uta Eta. I'm sorry, I still can't say your name. Eta. Ata. Anyway, love you. And this is just a wonderful lipstick. Again, can you tell I put me on? Very natural. So looking ahead for 2016, I have a few things on my list that I'm going to try to do. One is to obviously curb my spending. And I'm going to try to Google and then Google. So I don't buy something foolishly from a picture on Snapchat or Instagram that's been modified or edited. I'm going to get up and go look at it. And I'm going to try really hard to use things before I buy new things. So no new till all is used. And finally, one thing that yoga has taught me is that if you feed it, it will grow. If you feed your anxiety, it will grow. If you feed your bad spending habits, they will grow. But if you feed positive energy and treating people with respect and enjoying the little things, that will grow too. I tell myself that every time I go to see Mother. Feed the positive and it will grow. Somewhere along the line I learned that you were supposed to mist, and so this is some Kodali water, which helps everything set like concrete. Okay, I hope you think I look a little bit better than when I started. This was a fun experiment. Maybe I'll do it again. I thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And follow me on Snapchat too. I'll see you next time. Bye.